तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. At Kamarpukur, they sing Kirtan well, very well. The devotional music is sung to the accompaniment of drums. Singing and drums. Two aspects of music. One is the raga, another is tala. When a bhajan is sung or any song is sung, it is to the accompaniment of the drums. That is, it maintains a particular rhythm with which the song moves. The movement of the tone is called raga. How the tone is modulated, how it is moved from where to where, what pitch to what pitch, in what order. That forms the, usually in Indian classical music, most of the even folk songs and all that, the lowest way of singing also is always has the background of Indian classical music. Indian classical music has a speciality that it is always in line with nature. It is not to human tastes alone. Human tastes are secondary. Human feelings and consciousness, the feelings in which the reflection of consciousness is seen, the heart in which I am conscious, this consciousness associated with heart and intellect, understanding, the cognitive faculty in man, together is called antaranga. Antaranga is inner organ. Inner organ consists of, usually we eliminate mind, sometimes we include a mind, when it's because it is a receptor. When we see anything, when we hear anything, when senses work, I smell, it is sense organ carrying it to the inner world of my existence. Mind receives it from all senses. Mind is common to all senses. So mind receives from every sense. It can work simultaneously for all the sense organs. I can be seeing, I can be smelling, I can be hearing. All activities can go together, and mind has that capacity. As a receiver and convey it to the intellect and from there to the self. In that process, it is accepted. But it has an access to its past memories. The memory function is associated with mind. Mind goes on tallying with everything. Suppose I see this book, immediately I recognize this as book from my old memories. Everything that I see, I hear, I talk, everything is always associated with the past to identify. Now, this identification memory is not a part of the antaranga. It's of the past gone. But it has only that much function to identify the things. But the judgment that I pass with each is from the experiences I get. Now I see a tree. The tree is tree. That's all right. Suppose I used to sit there every day for meditation. It gets associated with my meditation, my Ishtadevata. So many things get associated. Or I used to meet someone there every day. The moment I see the tree, it gets associated with my meeting someone there. So this memory should not come. Tree is all right, recognition of tree is all right, but anything associated with tree should not come. Then it is to be eliminated, that part is to be eliminated from the antaranga. Mind which can recognize, identify and give just information is that one, and intellect which has its own power of a faculty which can judge, and here the judgment is not based on the past experiences, it's independent judgment apart from here good, bad, right, wrong is not decided. Here reality and unreality is decided. What is real, what is unreal, what is good and bad, right and wrong, all these factors are different. It is according to one's taste and experiences. You are independent of experiences. Then the antaranga comes, the intellect, and then conscious. I am conscious of it, all things that is happening. This consciousness. These three, along with my heart, I feel. Everything I feel. These of the present is antaranga. Now, the antaranga which gets without association of anything, it is just an observer, a witness, a sakshi. This sakshi is always a part of the nature and part of the divine, working under the divine. The law of divine is called rhythm. So this part and the tune to the nature is the background of the music. Music has, in Indian music, classical music, it is you, independent of all past experiences and judgments and labeling, how you remain tuned to the nature. All the ragas are associated with various moods that you enter into independent of your past associations. Just a particular raga creates a particular bhava. So this raga is how I can move into the nature, be in tune with the nature, expand in nature, and try to go beyond the nature, peep beyond the nature to perceive the divine. So perception of the divine by tuning myself to the nature where my likes and dislikes are not there, ragadveshas are not there, because the moment I bring my past experiences, ragadveshas appear. To make the whole background in reality, this ragas, Indian classical music is used. Here we see an important thing is when this nature has movements. There is three natures, aspects of nature, sattva, raja, tama. Sattva, raja, tama. These are the main features of nature, or I may say qualities of nature, guna, trigunatmika. These gunas see the whole universe. Sattva is cognition, I understand. Rajas is activity, movements. Tamas is material objects of the world. My body is matter. My mind is moving. Rajasika. Body is tamasic. And my buddhi, my sense organs are sattvika. It recognizes, it gives me knowledge. So cognition and knowledge giving is sattva, and movements, activities is rajas, and the material objects which is under the inertia is tamas. Now I have to move from my tamasic nature to rajasic nature to sattvic nature, and go beyond the three gunas, enter into the transcendental. So how this everything is this universe is going according to the movements are not haphazard and as it wants. In nature, movements are specific and it is moving, everything is moving in a particular order, in a particular direction with particular rhythm. Now growth of plantain tree, it takes one course. Every day it is growing. Every day it is declining. Any changes in its growth is happening in a particular rhythm. An apple is growing in a particular rhythm, is rotting in a particular rhythm. The movements, in how does it move? How does it differ from a mango tree, plantain tree? How does it? What rate the plantain tree grow? What rate the mango tree grows? Every day after 1 year, you see its growth, you see the plantain's growth. Plantain grows it very fast, and by 1 year it yields the fruits and dies away. Whereas the slowly grows. How it grows, you see. The rhythm is different. Every day it is growing, every moment it is growing. I shave the growth of beard, you can see. It's constant. Constantly it is growing at a particular rhythm. This is its rhythm of another man's hairs. When it's cut, it may grow at different rate. This is the rhythm. This is tala. Whole movements is happening in tala, and the direction in which it is going. It is plant is growing in its own joy and enjoyment. Mango tree is going in its own joy. Its joy and in nature is different from this plant. So this, how it grows, how it's picking up its food, how it is growing, it is its raga. How the mango tree is growing is its raga. How sun is setting is its raga. And there is rhythm. Everything has rhythm, tala, and everything has a raga. This raga and tala is set in Hindustani or Indian classical music in such a way it is you slowly get tuned to the nature and you are able to peep beyond into the eternal unchanging reality. We have to ultimately reach the unchanging eternal reality. Eternal it is. It is infinite. There is infinity has no alternative. If there are two, one is limiting other. There can be one object if it is infinite. So mathematically we can conceive hundreds of infinities. But in practical reality there can be one eternal reality. One infinite. There cannot be two infinites. Because if one infinite is there, even one single number is there, it is limiting. This infinite is not infinite, less by one. So infinite has no limitations of any type, has no alternative. No alternative is called nirvikalpa. Vikalpa is not there. So here we see, I have to reach unchanging eternal reality which is imperishable. All things in this universe, every object is perishable. It appears, lives for some time and goes away. We all come into existence, live for some time and die away. Everything, our bodily existence, last at the time of realization, even my subtle body and causal body goes away. Nothing remains of me except my Chaitanya, the pure, imperishable, immortal being within me, which is the Adhara of the three bodies and three states. So I have to reach that. Why do we reach that? Because it is bliss absolute, Ananda. It is Ananda Sagara. It is Sat existence. It is the ocean of existence. Sat Chit Ananda. Chit consciousness. Chaitanya. Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. Absolute bliss. We are running about in this world for a small iota of enjoyment by eating and moving about in this world. Like beggars we are eating. And this droplet that we get in whole life, the enjoyment, is maybe a drop of that endless ocean of bliss. Endless ocean of bliss, Ananda Sagara is within you. And you are moving about lives after lives in search of a droplet of that Ananda. So you can imagine where are you going, what you are entering, and everything is perishable. I was born, I have already completed 3/4 of my life. I do not know, it could be full also. Tomorrow my body can fall off any time. So it is constantly changing and moving towards destruction. Birth means it starts moving towards death. Every object, if it comes into existence, it is moving towards disappearance. So the whole thing is changing. So I want unchanging eternal reality. I want peace which will not go away from me at any time under any circumstances. I want happiness which will never get declined or stop, unceasing, eternal and everlasting peace, everlasting bliss, everlasting consciousness I want to have. So that's why we try to transcend. Here we see Kirtan is accompanied by drums. Sri Ramakrishna says devotional music is sung to the accompaniment of drums. Means drums singing, Kirtan accompanied to drums is they are getting tuned to the nature. They are peeping beyond. Only thing that holds this is where our mind is not free. It is caught by the world. Something or other catches and doesn't make me get drowned in that singing. Singing goes on. Maximum thing is I may understand the words or I may enjoy the tune. That's all. Maximum I do. Sometimes I may feel with heart and shed a few drops of tears of joy or repentance. That's all. Maximum. What beyond? Where is the beyond? So here we see It is, I have to, Sri Ramakrishna, each time Naren would sing or any singing is going on, one or two words, he has already, that raga tala, he has already kept the feet and climbed over to catch the vastu, object. The singing was, I am singing on Krishna, then words must disappear, the raga must disappear, tala must disappear. I have to catch the Krishna. To catch the Krishna I am singing. But I leave and got caught somewhere. Something catches me not to hold on to Krishna. I am singing, I get lost in raga or in tala or the appreciation of the people who are hearing, their comments. Somewhere I get lost and then I have left the, those things have caught me that I will not stretch myself to hold on to God. Sri Ramakrishna, the moment started, he will keep one foot on the raga, one foot on the tala, one hand on the artha, and third word, he has already caught the vastu and left everything. He is in samadhi, bhava samadhi. He is playing with Krishna. And everything has disappeared. World has disappeared. Singers have disappeared. Singing is disappeared. Singing was only to catch that vastu. That's why Sri Ramakrishna says, see, it is to be very good how he remembers. He remembers with association with the God. At Kamapukurt, they sing Kirtan very well. Means, it may very well means what? It is not appreciation of the singer like we appreciate. Here when Sri Ramakrishna says they sing very well, it means something else. It awakens the spiritual consciousness. To Thakur to say it is very well, it must take him to the Samadhi Sthiti. Otherwise, he will not say it is very well. It was good, maximum. The devotional is music is sung to the accompaniment of drums. That means they move in tune with the nature to make the hearer transcend the nature and peep beyond. To Balram, have you installed any image at Vrindavan? There are two aspects. One is I catch God through singing. Through singing I catch. Another way of catching God is through the ritualistic worship and through the images. He is speaking about the immediately, singing and catching God. There is another alternative because people are of different nature. Some people don't have the idea of singing at all, nor they are interested in learning singing. All right, it's good, that's all. And the effort to sing, effort to understand what is singing, nothing is there. They are not of that nature. They do not have their inner built in that direction. So some people will like archana, some people will like patana, some people will like japa, according to their own nature. Some people are ascetic in nature. Then they will be like sages, ascetics. They will be yogis like, withdrawal from all external things and holding on to the inner reality. There are others who belong to the Vedic type of worship. They hold on to the images, invoke God in the images. They worship God in worship, images and go. For majority of the people, especially the Indians and Hindus, they need some concrete thing to hold on to remind them every moment and make them easy to cling to it. So they take the form of God. God is Sri Ramakrishna. For the sake of devotees, God takes the form. God is all knowing. He understands every heart and He can understand who needs what. Like a mother, He will be anxiously waiting for the devotees' welfare and evolution. So as much as you are making yourself exposed to God, you're making yourself available to God. How do you make? By decreasing the ego. What comes as obstruction to the grace of God, hold of God, is my own ego. Ego doesn't allow God's grace to reach me. God's grace is flowing on everyone equally like sunshine. But if a man enters into ant hill where the sunshine cannot enter at all, he will never get it. So ant hill is the ego that doesn't allow the grace of God to enter. So when ego dies, when ego goes away, there is light. It shines forth by itself. Nothing more is needed sun doesn't need a torch to see. I may need a torch in the dark to see my steps, but I don't need a torch to see whether sun is there or not. So, it is self-luminous. Not only self-luminous, it illumines everything. So, Sri Ramakrishna is interested. There are some people, have you done anything for them? Who want to go in another direction. Because he belongs to a Vaishnava family. In his house, every year, Jagannath car festival, Ratha Yatra, the Ratha is pulled. The car is pulled. It's car festival, Ratha Yatra. And we see he is extremely devoted and always seeking the welfare of the devotees of God. In various ways he helps. So whoever he knows is going towards God, his doors are always open. Anything you want, come, take from me. That kind of man. So have you done anything for these people who are interested to go to God through an image? Have you installed any image at Vrindavan? Yes, sir. We have a grove where Krishna is worshipped. Vrindavan is a place associated with Sri Ramakrishna's, one of the incarnations. He himself was playing there. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.